attack. Theo Hernandez joins the attack in a wonderful way with a through pass.
Oh, that's
Tijani
nice.
Reinders, look at the spot. The cross. Rafa Leao!
Oh, there he is.
Easy peasy. Huda again.
Comes by way of Huda, and he's here through again with the man who just scored, trying to make it two! He does!
Oh, what a class.
He does make it two!
And rooting from you from home could make you an impact, and at the end of the day, in eFootball Mobile, if you don't start strong, taking the initiative, taking the lead, it's not the perfect scenario, so we'll see. We are about to see tactics and formation. This is what we want the most. 5 center backs,
wow.
5-2-1-2 for Huda, and pretty much the same for Mendonça, which with a different view, more widely formation with that Rafael Leao as a left winger.
It's that midfield, isn't it, Alex, that's the difference?
Yeah, and especially possession for Mendonça, which is the biggest affinity of the coach Sergio Conceição, which is 72 points, versus the quick counter, which is a bit weaker, let's say, but you know, is the main game style in eFootball. So it's all about try the new thing, which is the possession, or go for it with your comfort zone, which is quick counter. Will be pretty interesting, especially for Huda. This man, the AMF, love to cheek with those whole player running forward to be almost as a third striker will be the key for Huda. And yeah, for Mendonça, try to defend Huda and use those wingers and try maybe a cross or something else, take the lead and park the bus. We'll see.
Well, there has been a few Loftus-Cheek player items in the game, so it will be interesting to see who favours which player item across the board. That's a conversation we'll be able to have throughout the show and tournament today. But the moment you've all been waiting for is now here. It is the AC Milan Club Event Championship Finals of 2025. 2 spots to be decided today across mobile and console for the World Finals, held in Tokyo in just a couple of months' time now. It's going to be a very important factor to start off quickly, and it is Mendonça here who is on the defensive early, I believe, Alex.
Yeah, take a look, love to check. Even he has a great position, great role into the team. His passing is not the best. Rafael Leao, Huda!
Oh, that's a perfect start!
Indonesia leading RRQ Huda. Easy pass with the finesse dribbling, opening the angle a little bit, plus that double touch and the wonderful finesse. Impossible for the keeper, impossible for Mendonça. And now how to react. Quite passive the way to defend the first appearance, the first chance, sorry. But really, really important one for Huda.
You almost can't stand off this AC Milan front line with players like this that can pull off such sumptuous finishes, even on mobile. Have to try and stick tight to them. The double touch affords the space to him, and
look,
no
this
surprise.
is what happens at this level. When your plan A doesn't work, now Mendonça has to change formation, go forward a little bit, adding more players to the attack, and it's now going to appear João Felix, the Portuguese, as a SS right behind these two strikers, and most likely he will wait the round forward for the fullbacks. No wingers anymore for Mendonça. Here we go, kickoff for him. 1 goal down, and seems having some doubts in his gameplay, and it's Huda again going forward. Harry, and we'll see this action.
It's almost a carbon copy of the start of the match for Mendonça, losing possession straight away. Huda will be hoping he can capitalise, but Mendonça now in possession on this near side. Here is the Portuguese man you rightly pointed out. But defensively, AC Milan really, really strong as well. Kyle Walker, plenty of space, so pace as well down this near side. He's on the ball now.
Especially this right side with Kyle Walker and Theo is really, really strong. No, Theo is a really complete defender with mostly all the skill ability. Now the mistake.
Oh, big mistake.
Mendonça! Oh my goodness! He manually put Theo right away to block the shot. That was smart, but big mistake, Harry. That could cost him a goal.
Both players making mistakes here early on. Sends Tomori down the road there with that skill move. Royale.
Theo Hernandez.
Couldn't quite find Hernandez at the first time of asking. Here's Fofana. Reinders. Has a couple of men pressing him here, but Loftus-Cheek is that player that you pointed out could
Look
be a
at that
difference
dribbling.
maker. That's some nice footwork
It's
and a
really
nice finesse
difficult
as well on the half-hour mark.
because Mendonça is putting two defensive midfielders right there, so there is no room to move around. But even with that, Huda is somehow finding solution. Pretty impressive. As we see, Indonesian guy dominates all the resources from the gameplay. Look at that finesse dribbling just to make him move out of position. Rafa Leao, the pass. Tammy Abraham. Pavlovic still on the chance for
Wins the
Huda.
ball. Oh, the finesse finish as well.
Indonesia again. RQ Huda this time with Tammy Abraham catching that rebound. We saw Mendonça wasn't able to really clear it properly.
After 37 minutes.
I want to use the ball in the right position, Harry. There is not that much to do. 2-0. And that's a massive goal, for sure.
It's a big, big goal, and I think Mendonça will be quite disappointed with how many mistakes, forced or otherwise, he's conceded here. Visible frustration on his face, but Tammy Abraham, he gets chances like that, he will eat them up all day. Latest goal, I say,
oh, look at the
comes
mistake.
by way of Huda, and he's here through again with a man who just scored, trying to make it two! He does!
Oh, what a class.
He does make it two for the Englishman.
That's
And 5 minutes from half-time, it is now Huda 3, Mendonça 0.
well, getting into details, even if it was a little bit unfortunate for Mendonça, but charging down stunning shot, but then cancel it and leave behind the goalkeeper, an easy finesse to score the third goal of the match. 3-0 for RQ Huda. And it's not that easy. Now you have to remember, differently than on console, there is no manual goalkeeper, so there is the solution to avoid that blocking for the goalie. Wonderful done. 3-0 RQ Huda, and Indonesian guy does no surprisings on this start of the competition, and it's Mendonça now who needs to find out something else. No, Harry, in terms of gameplay, he can't defend any single action from Huda, and we see now attacking, he can have his first one.
Far side, there's that purple power bar that we associate, of course, with those stunning inputs. But Maignan always going to match that, and I think this will be the last action on our screens of the first half, and it's the man on a hat-trick at the moment, Tammy Abraham, trying to find Leao. But the first half is in the books, and it is Huda 3 and Mendonça 0. One of the most clinical performances I think I've seen in a first half of eFootball Mobile.
To all members of the crowd, I'd like to ask you to join me in wishing
It
our
went
host
too fast for us as well. I think for the same for the people at
birthday.
home, 3 goals, and almost the feeling that unstoppable. No, Huda for the moment, any action, big mistake on both sides, but it's really Mendonça having a hard time. No, right now in gameplay, attacking, defending, and yeah, somehow he needs to find solution. Sometimes more the feeling with the gameplay rather than the tactic itself. So I think he needs to work on that, because if he's not in this game, he will have a last chance against the Ukrainian Pasha later on. So we'll see.
Well, it's an ideal beginning of the club event finals for Huda, because he does remain on the stage after this as his next game, his final group stage
That's
game,
positive, eh?
straight away. So, as you say, it's a positive start for Huda in the driver's seat. Still a second half of eFootball Mobile to play. Mendonça in the home strip of the Rossinieri, defending this kickoff, the
Look at
second
that.
half.
I love the pace.
Loftus-Cheek here, just pressuring that defence, moving that line up, but a little bit too early. Was the pass or the run? We're not sure. But a bit of a let-off there to begin the second half of Mendonça.
I
He
think
needs things to start going his way, Alex.
Huda has the feeling that he doesn't need to run that much to go through, and he just moving the ball from the left to right, dragging opponent out of position is enough for him to overcome Mendonça defenders. But we'll see. Different scenario. We asked for more for the Brazilian. We need to react, and now
Here it is.
could be the chance. The through ball.
Oh, he's still on.
Still on will be
Mendonça. Can he get one back? He can.
Yeah, back on track.
Game on. A wonderful goal. scored by Tammy Abraham. Still had so much to do when he won the ball back. That makes it Huda 3, Mendonça 1. Just 2 goals to try and claw back here in the second half.
We clearly see they both are having a hard time defending. Pavlovic wasn't able to clear that ball, and it's Tammy Abraham this time for Mendonça catching that one, and with not the best finesse, putting it on the net. 3-1, and that was really, really necessary for the Brazilian, which now can breathe a little bit and going for the match and have the feeling that also his opponent is struggling at the back.
Well, I think that will be quite a big relief for Mendonça, obviously conceding quite early on. Immediately swapped his formation. I think that will just be a bit of a psychological reinforcement for him, knowing that, okay, I was right to adjust my tactics so early on. This is a nice over-the-top through ball. Will Leao get there first? He won't. In the end, the touchline wins out that time.
Yeah, maybe they will need to make some substitutions. We see, not for the moment. Look at the positioning of the left back. Theo Hernandez joins the attack in a wonderful way with a through pass.
Oh, that's
Tijani
nice.
Reinders, look at the spot, the cross, Rafa Leao!
Oh, there he is!
Easy peasy, huge again. A wonderful one.
Get used to seeing that name today. Rafael Leao gets on the end of the cross. Really nice steadying of himself there from Huda. Just as we said, it was psychologically reinforcing Mendonça after he scores. Huda getting one back almost immediately will just be reassuring for the man all the way from Indonesia. 4-1.
Really necessary goal, just to say this game one is for me, because once and again 3 goals up seems to be almost, or let's say really, really difficult to turn over the table for Mendonça, which now going to substitution with Christian Pulisic to AMF right behind.
Still staying with his 5 at the back, it looks like. Alex, do you think maybe moved away from that kind of fullback formation at this point?
This is like football, it is. No, when you are leading, everything seems perfect. When you are losing, you start to switch formation, expecting something else, but sometimes it's you and your opponent. No? And somehow is Huda way better into the game. Let's see the last part of the game, how it goes. Because this seems really positive for the man from Indonesia.
It does indeed, and he's won the ball back. 4-1. Huda leads. And what a show opener. He's maybe having a bit of a missed input there, going for the stunning strike. Maybe saw something that we didn't up here in the commentary booth. But just 20 minutes, 15 in-game minutes now. That's how quickly the mobile clock runs in the top left-hand of your screens between Huda and a fantastic 3 points that would all but secure himself a grand final spot later on today. He wants to have the cherry on the cake here with another, a 5th goal. But as you said, too much there, dancing in and around the box. 10 minutes to go. Royale near side here for Huda. He looks impressive. Trying to find Leao.
Finally, it took some time to Mendonça to regain the ball, and now quickly missing that another pass, and is giving so much room to Huda to move the ball to left to right, taking his time to build up his play, and that seems to be so difficult for the Brazilian, which now go forward, but not once again losing the ball.
Chance here for a 5th as the 90th minute looms. That's a nice attempt at a through ball towards Royale. He will be rewarded with a corner kick near side to end the game, essentially. It'll be Theo Hernandez, will it, to swing this one in towards the front post.
Minute has been indicated.
4 minutes added on, and this one is all but a formality. 3 points will be going to Huda. Is there a consolation with this last break here for Mendonça? Leao cannot get there before Maignan, and that is the full-time whistle. Except it isn't.
Offside.
It's offside.
Still on. But yeah, it's practically over for this game, one that will emerge with 3 points for Hyuda, for the Indonesian, that will put in a perfect scenario to get to the grand final later on. GG, boys.
GG, well played indeed. Hyuda takes the 3 points in match number 1. The referee finally blew the full-time whistle following that offside. But what a performance by that man on your screen. AC Milan club event finalist by way of Indonesia. Hyuda with 3 points against Mendonça.